Hello. First of all, thank you for everybody for attending. As Rebecca said, we really appreciate your time. And as you guys may or may not know, if you haven't been to one of these before, we'll keep it, fairly short and sweet. So we've got a couple of things going on. We're going to have Fletcher go ahead and do our update. We have a wonderful panel with Michelle Mojica and Dave Panozzo. Dave, am I saying your name properly?
Panozzo.
There we go. Dave Panozzo. That's wonderful. And we'll have a cocktail tutorial and get into a little bit of bingo. And definitely please stick around. We do have our prize drawing at the end. So
just real quick, if I could mention the bingo, if you registered in advance, you would have received a bingo card. This is a shout out to one of my association executive friends for coming up with this concept. And thank you to our staff for putting up with me and actually going forward and doing 50 different bingo cards. So just when you hear us say some of these things, mark them off. And if you get bingo, please just go put in the chat to Corinne only, please, that you have achieved bingo. So easy, no sweat, right?
So it doesn't look like you can do diagonal.
I'm not looking at it, so no diagonal.
No, I caught that. That's
no, you cannot do diagonal.
No, up and down.
All right.
So next I want to go ahead and introduce the president-elect, Sandy Lunsford, and she's going to go ahead and get.
And I get the esteemed pleasure to be able to introduce Fletcher. Fletcher, everybody knows. I don't know if they all know, but besides being the Vice President of Business Development for Grand Canyon Title, he is an educator. He's an author. He's a presenter and a fabulous moderator. He is the author of the Fletcher Wilcox Report, and I see people taking snapshots of his screenshots and everything else. And I've even heard people drop his name when they're talking to their clients about what the market is doing. So please, Fletcher. Oh, and also we're on the board of directors. He's one of my board of directors. So welcome, Fletcher. Take it away.
Wow, Sandy, thank you. I'm going to hire you. Jeez, that was, wow. That almost impressed me. So, hey, Louis, good seeing you too. Hey, so I'm going to go fairly quick, but I want to kind of come up with some talking points because there's a lot of correct information, but a lot of misinformation in the marketplace. Somebody will say to me, well, tell me about the market, or we're in a bubble, or it's going to crash, or blah, 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 different things. So I want to kind of create really quickly a story you can tell, and three things we'll talk about briefly. Was 2020 a record-setting year? We're going to go through some 2020 results, compare them to 2019, and then look at an early trend result this year. Now, my focus is single-family resales in Maricopa County, and I'm telling you that because that is the dominant category of sales, are single-family resales. So with that, Corinne, let's go to the first slide. And again, I'm going to go fairly quick. So here are listings, Greater Phoenix single-family listings. And you see January through December, and then you see 219 to 220. I want you to look at January and February. So before the coronavirus storm hit, January and February last year, less sellers put their homes on the market than the year before. So we started out with less inventory in 220 than 219 at the very start. And then, so I mean, you see 11.5% less listings in January 220 compared to the previous January. February wasn't so bad at 2.2. And then at the end of March, we saw the coronavirus hit. We saw some sellers pull their homes off the market. We saw contracts canceled, and it was down, inventory was down 6% year over year. And so your story is to your clients, we started the year with the deficit of inventory compared to the year before. But then you look at April and March, and you do see a big year-over-year drop-off on sellers putting their single-family resales on the market. And then we saw in June, there was less, but not as bad. We were, 7% year-over-year. And then look what happened in July, the second half of the year. We saw more listings come on the second half of the year than I think any other second half of the year in the last 20 years, believe it or not. So, and again, real estate was deemed an essential service. So that really helped out a lot. But one of the problems why it seems like there's hardly any inventory in the market, even though we had a pretty good July through October, averaging about 7,400 new listings, was because days in market went so short that properties disappeared. And I'm sure Dave can talk about that. They were gone in a flash, in a blink of an eye. So the overall level of inventory has been very low. And actually, I went on Armless just a little bit ago, and for active listings under 250,000 in Maricopa County, which has about 4.3 million people, there were only 131. So very low inventory. Okay, next one, please. So those were new monthly listings. Here's single family resales. Look at January through March, 220 to 219. And you can see sales were up at the beginning of the year, 15%, 14%, while new listings inventory was down. So you could guess what that was going to do to price last year before the coronavirus storm. And then look at sales in April and May. The same thing with new listings. We had a big drop in year-over-year sales. June was about a break even. And then look at the second half of the year. I went back again all the way to the year 2000. There has never been more sales of single family resale homes in a fourth quarter than last year. And if you look at the very bottom right, we had 2.6% more sales last year than the year before, but we had about 2% less inventory. So, just all part of the story. Okay, next slide, please. And here is the median sell price, dollar sales volume, single family resales. You go all the way to the left, we had 8.2 billion. You read this in billions. And then you see 2005, when the market was on fire, 26 billion. In 2006, it was on fire too, 20 billion. And then we see the great crash. And then if you look since 2014, dollar sales volume has went up every year. And actually in 2019 was the record dollar sales volume, 27 billion, only to be crushed by 2020 at 32 billion. So wow, what a hot market. Okay, that an all-time record. Okay, next slide. Here's median purchase price. Corinne, go all the way to the left. And you see we ended the year and began the year at about 320,000. And then in February, 327, which was a new all-time record last February. And then March and April beat that at 335. And then people dumped homes on the market and panicked. It actually dropped. And since May of last year, we have had 7 consecutive months of new record median purchase prices, ending December at 375,000. And as of yesterday, we're at 385. January will set a new purchase price record for a single family resale in Maricopa County or Greater Phoenix. And I got 2 more slides. And so I wanted to show you Scottsdale. Scottsdale, wow, has it been hot in Scottsdale. If you compare sales year over year, Scottsdale is actually up 8% in December, closing 639, the best month of the year last year for sales. And then let's see, I think the next one is median. Oh no, let's see what the next one is. Okay, yeah, median purchase price. The whole valley for Maricopa County was up 14% year over year. Scottsdale was up 17%. outperform the Valley. One last little piece of information, the Census Bureau just came out with their new state data. Oh, I did have that here, I forgot. Okay, look at that. Texas was number one, 373,000 year over year. Florida number two. And you know what? I had it. Oh, there it is. Corinne, you're amazing. Arizona was number three, 129,558 people. Divide that by 365 days. Arizona gained 355 people a day, with about 230 of those coming out of Maricopa County. So all talking points. The three states that lost the most people: New York, Illinois, and California. And so that's the quick update. Sandy, Lewis, and Corinne, thank you.
Thank you, Fletcher. All right, so wonderful. Thank you for that. And so we are going to jump right into our panel. This is a really interesting topic. As you guys know, last year was quite the interesting year, and so a little bit of a little switch up would be great. So we're going to jump right into shaking it up in 2021. And this is featuring our wonderful leaders in the valleys and realtors, Dave Panazzo. Did I say that right, Dave?
You nailed it.
Panazzo, my man. And Michelle Mojica. I'm going to start with Dave. Dave is the co-founding owner of the Panazzo team, HomeSmart, a leading real estate team in Phoenix, Arizona. He's been recognized by Forbes, HomeSmart, State and National Board of Realtors, On Mogul, Successful Hacks, Disrupt Magazine, The Hustler's Digest, Thrive Global, just to name a few. As a CEO, real estate agent and personal development thought leader, Dave is a wealth of knowledge to help up and coming real estate agents build a powerful team and achieve their greatest potential. And then second, not even last, is Michelle Mojica. Many of you may know her. She's very popular here in the Valley. And Michelle is an entrepreneur, wife, mother, servant leader, philanthropist, and world traveler, and is a designated broker and owner of Mojica and Associates Real Estate, currently serving average of 50 realtors in Arizona. She and her husband, Juan Mojica, along with their 4 kids, are passionate about serving others, traveling the world, and living a life that they've always dreamed of. Michelle was the recipient of the YPN 40 Under 40 Award, is a best-selling author of the book Soul to Success 2, which she co-authored with Jack Canfield. But what she loves is speaking and sharing her servant leader journey with others. And if anyone has not had the pleasure of meeting her, which I would be surprised, she's very wonderful. And I see her teams, just like Dave's. I see the signs everywhere. If you travel around the Valley, you know we've got some stars here today. So thank you guys, and let's go ahead and get started. Rebecca, go for it. Can you hear me? You're muted.
Yep. See, I just did that on purpose so someone could get that on their bingo card.
Testing.
Don't you? Okay, we didn't really decide who was going to go first. So,
Ladies first.
Oh, Dave's going to go first?
No, I said ladies first.
Oh, Michelle.
So,
All right, Michelle, take it away. Michelle?
Yes, I'm here.
There you are. Take it away.
Okay, so were you gonna ask me a question first, or was I?
Yeah, we're gonna save the questions for last. We just want you to speak for maybe 5 minutes on those things that you are planning on doing in 2021 to boost your business success, and just any kind of tips that you have for our audience.
Okay, so I feel that 2020. It was all about how we reacted to how the pandemic was. So one thing I talked to my team about is there's going to be an event that's going to happen. As Lewis mentioned, I'm a big fan of Jack Canfield, and he has this thing called the event, and how you react to that event is going to be what the outcome you'll receive, right? So it's either where, you were freaked out that the market's going to crash, or the pandemic, there's going to, we're all going to lose business or whatever else. But the way I looked at it is really how we reacted to how 2020 was going to be. If you expected it to be your best year, regardless of what the pandemic was, you could see a lot of the agents actually had record-breaking year. And those that just had fear all over, I mean, they didn't do anything last year, maybe closed 2 or 3. It's because that's what they believed, and that's how they reacted to it. I believe that more and more, especially in 2021, with so many people being home, we got to use the resources that we have as far as social media, people being home, and just that personal touch. I know that sometimes when we plant those seeds and we don't see them grow over time, and especially as realtors, we're very impatient. You know, I deal with seasoned agents, brand new agents, and obviously I'm a realtor myself, and we want something to happen right away, right? So Louis, who I don't know if we've met in person or what, but the more that you touch, like I've sent Louis probably birthday cards in the past. I've been doing that 4 or 5 years. It's and it's so random when people meet me, they're like, oh, I got a birthday card from you. And it's those little things that people will remember you for, instead of, hey, I want to sell your house or buy a house. And it's just honestly just caring, right? When people see that you care and you love what you do. For those that know me, you guys know I travel all the time. I get asked so many questions as to, how do you travel so much? Like, we were in Hawaii for 10 weeks over the summer. I mean, we were blessed enough where there was like chaos happening here. But also surrounding not just with your clients, but surrounding yourself with amazing people. I do believe I have a great team to where I can show my lifestyle through my family and what I do. But also that's because I have amazing people around me, just, you know, my team as well as my client. It's important more than ever because people are watching you, right? Especially on social media, what we post, what we say, people get to know you. They have that personal connection, just like, you know, perfect example. I've never met Louis. I've never met some of you guys, but the more that we follow each other, the more that you are active on those platforms, because let's face it, more and more people are on social media because they're working from home. So they're working on their computer and they're on their phones, right? Strolling through social media. So what you put on there is you got to be yourself. I would say that, especially since 2020, I mean, I know some of us have lost some loved ones, people that are super close to us. Nothing is promised. And I feel that, I mean, earlier on in real estate, I was told to copy somebody else that was successful and you'll be just like them. And that didn't work for me at all whatsoever. So I feel that more than ever, you got to really find truly what makes you come alive, what makes you happy, find a niche of who you are, not just, you know, a niche to be like everybody else, if that makes sense. And just do things just from the kindness of your heart to be able to connect with people. Now, here's another nugget. I teach my team to just, you know, do those little things. So maybe, Louis, you might get a brownie from me soon, because I started sending out, you guys do send out cards. They do brownie for like $7 now. It's like $7. The best $7 you'll ever spend with birthday cards. So it is those little things. Touching base, texting, just how are you doing? I'm thinking about you. Personalizing instead of I want to be everybody's realtor, you know, and I want to target strangers and more people. But in reality, we have so much opportunity with people that we actually do know, or people that you don't even know that you can maybe have that connection with, that can turn into clients. And I can keep talking unless if you stop me, Rebecca.
Fabulous. Thank you. That's wonderful. And I love that you talked about caring, because we always reference the studies about clients, what they love the best about their realtor. And the number one answer is they cared about me. So I love that you talked about that. And I love that you talk about the social media presence, how important that is, to be very cautious in social media. And we're going to get to some social media questions later, but I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to you, Dave, to give us some insight on your part.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna piggyback on a couple things that Michelle talked about, but you know, I was asked to come on here and talk about the best practices that got us through 2020 and what that looks like going into 2021. And I came down with 5 bullet points. 1, don't be afraid to fail. So many of us, as I see with new agents and even older agents that have been around a while, everyone is afraid to fail. Who cares? What's the worst case scenario? I always tell my team, listen, as long as no one dies, you're going to be just fine. Okay. So don't be afraid to fail. Take care of the client. This is getting lost in the shuffle. You got Wall Street after our 6% spread in our commission. You got every Tom, Dick, and Harry trying to get a piece of the pie. Got to take care of the client. Client is number one, no matter what. I don't care the differences between the two agents. It's all about taking care of your client. That's number one. Be you. You got to be authentic, okay? People can sniff through the BS, okay? We're at a day and age now to where you can't really BS anyone because they know who you are. They can do a background check on you, okay? So be authentic, be you. Don't sugarcoat anything. I think we're all at a point to where we're kind of like numb to all the lip service, okay? If you say you're gonna do something, do it. If there's a problem, talk about it. Don't try to hide any issues, because right now people are super sensitive. We just came off a crazy year of 2020 between political stuff, COVID, lockdowns, masks, no masks, all this stuff. People don't have the tolerance, okay, for any more BS, okay? And social media. Social media is super powerful. There's good and bad behind social media. I won't go down to bad stuff, but once again, social media is this tool that enables us to have a living, breathing resume. You can go across all the channels. If you only like one, that's great. The best social channel you can be on is the one that you're on, okay? If you're posting on a certain one and you're getting something out of it, then guess what? That's the best one. I try to go across all platforms because remember, social media is our resume. So if someone's doing a background check and maybe they don't go on Facebook, but they go on Instagram, well, they'll find me on Instagram. If they don't go on Instagram, maybe they go on Facebook, or maybe they go on LinkedIn or YouTube or your website, or they look at your Google reviews. I mean, Google reviews are a big deal, okay? We strive very hard to make sure our clients give us Google reviews, because let's face it, that other company that starts, I don't know, with a Z, they are going to start kinking some things here based off of what I've seen recently. Maybe our reviews are going to go away from that company, and now what are you left with? So you have to think outside the box. 2020 was that was a practice run, okay? Now we're in 2021. Low inventory, people are running around with their hair on fire. It's up to us to bridge the gap between helping our buyers and helping our sellers have a normal transaction without any crossfire. So 2021 is going to be very exciting. You're going to have to roll up your sleeves. You're going to have to tie the bootstraps on really tight, because I think we're in for quite a ride in 2021.
That's great. Thank you so much. We did have a question for you, Dave, and that is, how do you get clients to follow through with your Google reviews?
Ask for it. Ask for it. Don't be shy. Towards the end of the transaction, especially when I meet them to give them the keys or whatever that scenario may be, like, hey, I hope you enjoyed the whole entire process. Do me a huge favor. I'm going to be sending out an email later on this afternoon with a link to it. Please click on that. Give me a 5-star review and maybe a little comment. Because once again, we like to base everything off our referrals and our reviews.
Excellent. The other question I had was, what's something that you changed about your business practice during COVID that you will continue when it's over? Anyone can go first. Michelle?
Go ahead, Michelle.
I don't think I've changed anything. I feel I actually had one of my agents have said, because I do a lot of stuff online, like on my phone, and my whole thing is you can be present by answering I answer my phone unless if I'm sleeping. I've done FaceTime for listing appointments just to see I've done that for like the past, I don't know, since they started with FaceTime. I think for me, it's just continuing in reality of being clear how I want my lifestyle to look and pursuing that every day. Cause I mean, you can always improve, but, I would say Google reviews. I have one, right? But that's one thing I do. I would say get more consistent on is asking, because at the end of the day, it is about what people say about you. That obviously, if they don't know you, like what Dave had said, I mean, you have to create that resume, and with people that don't know you and people that do know you. But I would say just continue. I would say to be more clear as far as your calling and your purpose and why you're really in this business, and continue to improve on yourself, because that's always going to be a journey. And just be a better you, and that best version of you, right?
I love that. I love that. Dave, did you think of something?
Yeah, I think 2021 is going to be really, you're going to have to go beyond the call of duty to take care of your client. You know, if you think this first round was rough, I mean, right now, you know, unless you're dealing with cash, you know, it's tough out there. It seems like maybe one out of 3 offers that you put in, you might get 1, or out of 5, you might get 1. So, you know, you're really, really going to have to love the one you're with, as we say on the Panazzo team. When you're working with a client, you better love on them, okay? Because they are going through all sorts of emotion, excitement, scared, what the hell am I doing? And then all of a sudden, you know, they lose out on 2 or 3 offers. You can see how they just get deflated, and you got to put your arm around them and love on them, or else you're going to lose them and they're going to go somewhere else. And they're going to Google my name and see all the reviews, you know?
That's great. I like all right. So the 2 of them have agreed. Of course, I wouldn't take no for an answer. The 2 of them have agreed for a lightning round of giving me 1-word answers to a series of questions. Some of them are just fun, and some of them are related to business. So are you guys ready?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right. 1 word. What motivates you?
Travel.
Family.
Awesome. Favorite time of day?
Morning.
Bedtime.
Favorite social media? You can only pick one.
Facebook.
IG.
Best way to unwind?
2-hour baths.
Ooh,
Oh, that's not even 1 word.
that's okay. We'll take it. Dave?
A stupid movie.
Best client appreciation gift?
A weekend in Aruba.
Ooh, wow. Okay. I want to be your client.
Wait a minute. I want to be clear on this. Michelle, you gave away a 1 week in Aruba?
A weekend in Aruba or Sedona. Yeah.
Okay, let's
Sweet.
put it.
Hawaii. I had a client wanted to go to Hawaii. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Aruba.
Okay.
right.
Well, mine's not very exciting. I gave away one of those pump salt guns to a client.
Salt. Good one.
Oh,
Yeah.
I gotcha. Favorite breed of dog?
No pets.
No pets.
My kids are crying every day. No pets.
Cute dogs.
Okay, cute. Cute's good. Client trait that bugs you the most?
Wait, say that again.
A client's trait, personality trait that bugs you the most?
Unhappiness.
Trusting the Zillow app over me.
Oh yeah, there you go. Pet peeve that you have of other agents' behavior?
Not answering the phone.
Not answering the phone.
All right, there you go. All
Something.
right, last 2 ones are really easy. Favorite movie? And it can be more than 1 word, clearly.
Independence Day.
Joy.
Favorite travel destination?
Oh, Bora Bora.
Oh my God, I want to travel with you, Michelle.
Raising the bar here.
Probably Belize.
All right. So, okay. Well, thanks for playing along. That was wonderful. You guys were wonderful. This session's being recorded. So if anybody wants Fletcher's slides or this information, we will get that out. Corinne will get that out. And so I'm going to kick it back to you, Louis, to introduce our cocktail video.
All right. Well, thanks again. Once again, Dave, Michelle, wonderful. I really appreciate you guys' time. So today we've got a cocktail video for you, and it's going to be a coffee martini or chocolate covered strawberry martini. And if you haven't seen one of these cocktails by Frank, you're in for a treat. So go for it.
Hello, everyone. Hi, it's Frank, and welcome back. As you can see from our surroundings, you may have already guessed what we're going to be doing, and that is a Valentine's Day theme. And for some of you, and I hope it's not you, but for some of us, Valentine's Day, you might be away from the one you care about, so it's a little bittersweet. So let's do 2 drinks, 1 bitter, 1 sweet. Why not? The first one is going to be the bitter one. It is the Coffee Martini. It is really only 3 components. We see Kahlua, Amaro, and espresso. And since I'm so cheap and I don't have an espresso machine, just go out and buy some Starbucks. It's the easiest way to do it. Besides, it doesn't have to be hot. And Amaro is an Italian liqueur. Let's get started on that one. So what we've done is we put in an ounce of espresso, an ounce and a half of the Amaro, an ounce and a half of the Kahlua, put in the shake with some ice, and I notice it's making a lot of noise. Shake vigorously. What you want to do is produce a froth, and the espresso provides that. All right. And you really don't need a lot because it is a drink that has a amount of caffeine. So if you're looking at your date, you want to keep her up later, then this might be the drink we should use. There it is. It is a coffee martini, perfect for after dinner drinks. We're going to get started on the next one, which is a chocolate strawberry martini. So if my director pans over a little bit, I'll show you the ingredients. Dark rum, amaretto, strawberries, and chocolate liqueur are the main 4 ingredients here. I'm going to put in little splashes of coconut cream, vanilla, and some bitters. Let's get started. Cut up some strawberries, 4 of them in this case. We're going to add them to our mixing cup. I want to get a little bit of liquid in there so I can start muddling. Dark rum, about 1.5 to 2 ounces. 1.5 will do fine. Amaretto, let's do about 1/2 ounce. Okay, now we can muddle this, but I've got all these nice little toys and I just don't feel like muddling. So, okay, so we're done muddling. I'm going to add in some ice and the rest of the ingredients. What I have found of making this drink is to use crushed ice. If you use this in a blender, it loses some of the flavors of the chocolate and the strawberries, and the larger ice just doesn't seem as good component because it is a thicker drink. So let's add, now that we're talking about it, let's add in that chocolate liqueur. How'd that little guy get on top? So a good ounce of chocolate liqueur. I've got 2-3 splashes of my bitters, 2-3 splashes of my vanilla, healthy squirt of coconut cream. Well, be healthy. There we go. It's not really healthy, but so we're going to just shake. So there we have our 2 drinks. The coffee martini, bitter, and the chocolate covered strawberry drink. Put in a martini glass because you could call it a martini. And one is for my director. Okay, I guess she thinks that I need to be a little bit sweeter. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Cheers.
Okay, thanks
Thank you.
everyone. I did see a bingo. Corinne, did you have a winner or what's the status there?
Looks like Lisa with Advantage Inspection. Lisa, you got bingo?
Yep, I have 4 in a row.
Awesome. So we only have, we have 2 baskets, and since Lisa is the only one who won, I will go ahead and draw a random winner out of everybody else. So let's see. got Stephanie Altdorfer. Are you on? I saw you earlier. She on? Stephanie, are you there?
Uh-oh. Must be present to win.
All right, we'll draw another one. Okay. I just drew Lisa Vandenberg again.
Oh, wow. Lisa, go play some numbers tonight.
You were going to win no matter what, Lisa, right? Some people are just...
Vinod Darira, are you on?
Yeah, I see Vinod.
Vinod?
Yes, I'm here.
Yep.
Okay, so those are our winners, Lisa and Vinod. I will reach out to you guys about getting these baskets to you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Congratulations.
And Louis, did we have any announcements?
I think this was our most recent upcoming event, I thought, but we do have some updates if you want me to run through those.
Please.
All right. So as you guys know, 2021 dues renewal, first late fees January 25th at 5 p.m. Please pay online. I have been a victim of late payment in the past, but not as president. I paid very early. So if you haven't done so, please do. Another one is Going for Broker, an event. It's a free event, February 17th. That'll be 1 to 4 p.m. And also REBAC, the Senior Real Estate Specialist. Is that a designation or a class, Rebecca?
It's a designation class. It's a 2-day class, and the royalties have been discounted by NAR, so it's very reasonable.
Wonderful.
And great opportunity.
Good deal. And that's February 18th and 19th, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. So that is all day, but well worth it. And our next virtual happy hour event will be Wednesday, February 17th. So I do encourage everyone to participate. And once again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. And if you want the slides and all of that good stuff, we will get that to you. So thank you for attending, and we really appreciate your time.
Thank you guys.
Thank you. And thank you, Corinne, as always, for navigating and assisting.